AITA for keeping my kids away from their new uncle. I have been with my wife L for 11 years now. We have 2 kids together, a 2-year-old girl and a 6-month-old son. My sil, M, was beyond excited when she found out we were expecting, and wanted to be very involved in our kids' lives as the cool aunt because she herself believed she would never have children. Last year, M asked our group of friends, if you were talking to someone, and they threw up several red flags in their personality, but they treated you nicely, would you continue to pursue that relationship? We all, of course, said no. Red flags exist for a reason, but then, a week later, she introduces my family to her new boyfriend R and his daughter S. Before doing so, M made a note to tell me that R was conservative, which I thought was odd. We are all very progressive, and M more so than the rest of us, so I thought it was a bit weird, but that's okay. R was quiet throughout the dinner, and after that, we didn't see him for a while, though M continued to be very involved in our lives. A few months later, we went on a family vacation and R tagged along. On the very first morning, I was sitting in the floor playing with our daughter while a children's show with a black man as the main character played on the TV. He walked over to M and whispered something to her, and she got up and turned off the TV. When I asked why, she said that R didn't want us, a 7-year-old, watching it. Okay, whatever, it was background noise anyway. Then, when she went back to him, I heard him say that fucking queer to her, referring to the main character. I was appalled. M is bi, so I was astounded that he would say that to her, and even more so that she laughed after he did. We parted ways for the day, but that night, we all met back up for dinner. I wasn't feeling well, so I left early. But later that night my wife told me that he made several racist comments about the black family seated next to us with my daughter right there at the table. At that point I'd had it. I did not want this person around my kids. When the trip was over, I told M that I thought she was making a huge mistake with this guy, that he wasn't conservative, he was homophobic and racist, and I don't want my kids growing up thinking it was okay to hate people because they're different. She got very upset with me because this meant he wouldn't be allowed at family holidays if my children were there, and that if I just spent a little more time with him, I would see he wasn't all that bad. I refused. This caused a massive argument between L and M, and now, M said that if R wasn't allowed around my kids, she wouldn't be a part of our lives any longer. To make matters worse, she's now pregnant after believing herself infertile, and her and R are getting married next weekend. Now my wife wants us to go to couples counseling because she's convinced that I'm overreacting about this. If she wants us to go to counseling, that's fine with me, but I don't think that I've done anything wrong. AITA.